I'm prepping to make a spicy Asian coleslaw, and this is going to go with some barbecue that I'm preparing for some friends. I've doubled this recipe because ordinarily it would call for like 1 pound of cabbage, and I've got maybe 1 3/4 pounds. But I'll give you the amounts based upon 1 pound of cabbage. Fish sauce, I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons. White vinegar, I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons. Green onions sliced thinly, I'm going to use 1. A teaspoon of sugar. A teaspoon of ground ginger. A teaspoon of garlic, minced. And a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, along with my sliced coleslaw. And I'm going to be adding some carrots to that. For the cabbage, before I add all the other ingredients here, I'm going to be adding approximately a teaspoon of salt to the cabbage and let it set for about 30 minutes, and then add the other ingredients to it. In case you're wondering why there was no salt in this recipe. In addition, this recipe can be made into a more creamy type of sauce. So you just make all the ingredients as I've outlined right here, but add some mayonnaise to it. And the amount of mayonnaise is going to be based upon what creaminess you're looking for. Here I'm adding my fish sauce, white vinegar, sugar, red pepper flakes, ginger, garlic, and green onions. I'll mix all that together, and I'm going to set it aside until I get ready to combine it with my cabbage carrot mixture. Hello my friends, it's party day, so it's time to put together this coleslaw. So I've got my, was nearly 2 pounds of shredded cabbage, and I've got about a cup of carrots that I'm going to add to that. And we'll mix that up. Now you can always buy coleslaw already shredded in the packages and just add your own dressing, but I always have to complicate things, so I just make my own. And then here we have the solution that I have, the mixture I have of my Asian spicy mix, and that's going to go on my coleslaw. And then we'll just mix that all up. Sometimes it's just easier to get in there with your hands and mix. Now keep in mind, because there is salt in that marinade, it is going to break down this coleslaw, and it will still be crunchy and crisp, but the texture of it's going to change a bit. So we'll just mix all that up, put it in the refrigerator, let all those flavors combine, and we have our spicy Asian coleslaw. Now I mentioned before that one of the other things that you could do with this was to take some mayonnaise and add it to it. And the amounts are up to you. I can suggest that maybe about, let's say maybe about a half a cup of mayonnaise per pound of coleslaw. But that just depends on how creamy you want it. This makes a great accompaniment to backyard barbecue. And even say something like a seafood fest where you have a lot of sushi, sashimi, grilled fish. Refreshing. And actually very, very healthy too.